So, as many of you may be reading the news, the coronavirus is like seriously affecting small businesses, and ours is thankfully not one of them, but we've had a lot of question about how coronavirus has been affecting the business, and if now is the right time to be starting a business or going into business, or how can you prepare yourself for this type of crisis.
Yeah, because we're not really sure how long it's really going to last, when things are going to open up and become, the new normal, or if they'll ever go back to normal the way they were before. So the reason our business has really survived is that we do all of our business right now online, for the most part, other than a few retailers. And people are still shopping in grocery stores, obviously, but pretty much in food service or like restaurants, coffee shops, things like that. If that was your main outlet for your products, you've been hit really hard. Or if you're the owner of an establishment like that really requires foot traffic, it's been really difficult.
So thankfully we had only one food service account, and as Matt said, all of our sales are online, and we haven't rolled out into grocery yet, which is actually good, because the data is showing that consumers aren't really trying new products right now. They're kind of going to like tried and true brands that they've trusted for 20 years. Your Kimball soups, your rice and beans, you're not really trying as many niche products in stores. But you're also, a lot of people are baking right now. So I think that's why we've also seen an increase in sales online, is that people are staying at home, and, they're probably getting to the point where they're tired of eating bad, trying to eat healthier and find our, product there. So
gotta get rid of that quarantine 19.
This quarantine 15, or COVID-19, the real 19 of COVID, or the 19 pounds he put on in quarantine.
I think it's been really stressful for everyone. People who, especially like employed in high foot traffic businesses, who have had hours cut or living on unemployment, things like that. So when you're stressed out, you tend to want some comfort food or some sweets. So I think that's why a lot of baking is happening. It takes a lot of time, kind of gets your mind off of things, gives you something to do, and a sweet treat to soothe your woes
Stress.
Afterward.
Totally. I think alcohol sales are up a lot in coronavirus times as well. People are soothing with booze, which isn't always the best, but we all have our coping mechanisms. And I think we were in a lucky position. I wouldn't say we prepared for this at all. You can't see a pandemic coming and affecting you this severely, but I do think you can use this time to pivot and learn a lot about your business. And if you wanted to start a business right now, I think it's a good time too. I think a lot of people predict we're going into a recession, and a lot of businesses start in recessions, and really forces people to be capital efficient, which is something that has helped us a lot. We don't have any debt in our business, and we don't have any investors, and so we're just kind of us. That's what you see is what you get in the business, and Alexandra, our awesome assistant. But I think because we've always been capital efficient, we never over leveraged ourselves too, which put us in an advantage coming into here, which is how we're going to run the business always. That's just who we are.
But we were a good size. Like I said, we don't have a lot of retail distribution or a lot of things that are creating a lot of overhead for us. It's pretty much us and then some contractors, so things are very scalable and flexible. So our business has been growing, which is great, but if it had gone the other direction and we'd felt a lot of pressure and sales slow down, we could have scaled back pretty quickly without continuing to drive ourselves into debt or anything like that.
Totally.
So I think that's a good way to run
any
business. And granted, some of that, you're not quite as flexible as you get bigger. Bigger, you need more people and things to just make the business run. But I think we were fortunate in that regard too, that we weren't too big or,
Yeah, we weren't too big or too small, where, when you're too small, you have no traction, and then you're like, well, how do I launch in this environment? And, I think you can get really creative with how you launch too, using influencers. People are online now more than ever. So, yeah, we've seen Shopify sales go up, or Amazon sales go up. Really focusing on Amazon because that's where a lot of people are doing a lot of pantry essential shopping right now. And yeah, I think getting creative with how you market and making sure to use empathy in your marketing too, and not, like our cake mix isn't going to solve for the coronavirus, but it might bring a little joy into your monotonous day of being on Zoom calls all day, and it might give you a little pick me up at the end of the day that kind of reminds you of normal life.
for sure.
So another thing that we learned in this is how important it is to have a diversity of income streams and not put all of your eggs in one basket. We've heard some advice from people that says, like focus all in on one channel. Like if you're gonna sell an e-commerce good, like just sell e-commerce on Shopify and that to be your focus. But I've really learned the opposite to be true in an environment like this. Having a diversity of income streams is really important, because if one completely goes away, then you can rely on your other ones. I mean, just kind of like how you run your personal investments. You wouldn't put all of your eggs in one basket. You would diversify them to maximize the return and minimize risk. So
yeah, definitely. I think that's a good analogy to how we run like our personal finances. And in the financial independence community, we're buying index funds, which are already like hugely diversified, right? You're buying all of the stocks in the market, and there's a lot of really good advice about asset classes with bonds and stocks. And just like our business, we don't want to be all. I mean, we're mostly online right now, and I think
but we're on Amazon, we're on Shopify, we're not.
We sell them on Etsy, we sell them on a bunch of different channels,
yeah.
so that hopefully if something happened to our Shopify store and it went down, we would still make sales. Or if Amazon banned us, which has been known to happen out of the blue, like we wouldn't just have to completely shut down. But yeah, I think that's a good point. And with diversifying within your business, how you can sell your products in different ways to different people, like retail, food service, online, and different online channels, as well as diversifying your income outside of your business. Just in case you were a restaurant owner or somebody who was really severely impacted, your income doesn't go to zero if you have kind of other things. You have some rental properties that are bringing in some money, or whatever else you have kind of on the side. So I think it holds true within the business, and obviously, like we talked about, within your personal finances as well.
So yeah, I want to hear from you. How has Corona affected your life, whether your job or your business? I'd love to know if there's any way we can support you, encourage you, or celebrate. I think it's also okay to have been doing well in coronavirus and in pandemic times, and like you don't have to feel ashamed about that. There's nothing wrong. That's great. Congratulations. And to those who are struggling, like how can we help? And we are sending lots of love, and maybe even a mug cake if that would make you feel better, if you're out of a job, or love to help in any ways that we can. So yeah,
thanks for watching.
Goodbye.
Bye.